They're justified and they're ancient, and they like to roam the land.
Just roll it from the top.
Hey folks, Crazy Climber 80 here again, and this time we're going to look at game number 7 in our 20 from 1992 series, and this is a versus fighting game created by Alpha Denshi for SNK's Arcade Neo Geo cabinet, and this game is the first in a series of games, and it is called World Heroes. And this features several fighters that have been, well, the story goes that there are several fighters that have been chosen throughout history by a professor, some sort of scientific professor that's very clearly based on Doc Brown from Back to the Future. In fact, his name is Professor Brown or Dr. Brown or something. Yeah, Dr. Brown. But yeah, he creates this time machine, and he looks for fighters throughout history to fight in a tournament, just to find out who's the best fighter. I definitely remember this in arcades. This is maybe not as quite as graphically impressive as a number of SNK's games for the Neo Geo at the time, but it's still very, very playable and has very, very memorable characters. And like I said, there were a number of follow-ups to this, sequels. There's World Heroes 2, World Heroes 2 Jet, World Heroes Perfect, and I think there was a later game called Neo Geo Battle Coliseum, and it featured a number of World Heroes characters, I think. But there are two main modes in which you can play just regular story mode, or you can play in what was it called? Battle mode or something like that, where you can play in these special it's called deathmatch. You can play in these special arenas in which there's like lightning on, or not lightning, electrical fields on the left and right that you can get shocked and lose energy if you get bumped into them or knocked into them. There's spikes on the wall, stuff like that. It's kind of cool, and we'll get into that a little bit later. But with the press of a button, just a simple press, you do a weak attack, a weak punch with A, and a weak kick with B. But if you hold it down a little bit longer, you'll do a stronger attack, stronger punch, stronger kick. And with the C button, you will throw the opponent when you get close to them. See, there's normal or deathmatch, and we're just going to do normal. Either way, you still play this story mode.
Brocken.
And our first fight is against a ninja, a red-haired ninja, called Fuma. And he has ties to a number of Neo Geo games. And Fuma can throw these throwing stars, and he can also do this weird uppercut thing. Brocken is by far my favorite character. He is like Dawsim from Street Fighter series with his extendable limbs. He's a cyborg, and he can also fly across the screen. He's got like an electrical field he can fire from his arm, and he can shoot missiles like there. I very seldom use the missile because it's slow. Oops. And the special attacks that you can use, with a joystick and button combination, they might be stronger if you hold down the attack button that's part of the combination a little bit longer. And one thing I will tell you right away about this game that is most notable, it is way on the easy side. You will be surprised with how easy this is. Maybe not all the settings in the arcade cabinet that you play this on will be set as easy. it might be a little bit more difficult.
Fight. Absolutely.
Another thing you will notice is that a number of these characters are based on actual historical people, famous historical people, and this is Rasputin. He is a Russian monk. They take quite a bit of liberties with the historical figures that are in this game. He's a mystic, and he can that I don't use very often either. He uses magic to make his attacks look a lot bigger than they really are, and he seems a bit, yeah. Maybe I don't want to be PC. He seems a little bit gay, or kind of flagrantly so. He makes flowers grow if you beat him, or if he beats you, or he does all sorts of goofy things. But here is a bonus stage, and there are 2 of them, and they're super easy. You just gotta destroy the rock to unveil a statue underneath. You get a 5,000 point bonus, and it's kind of measly if you didn't lose any energy fighting an enemy. This is what they call him, Julius Karn. It's obviously Genghis Khan. There seems to be like this little spot where you can hit the enemy and they'll walk right into it. Usually they'll block it, but one other thing is if you have a character that has very quick attacks, like Brocken, if you wail on the kick button, you can often do a simple jump kick at their head, and when you land, duck and just rapidly whap on the A button. Just keep smacking it, and you'll just do low kicks so fast that the enemy will often not be able to get away from it, and you can knock them down like immediately. Well, not immediately, but like after a couple seconds, and you'll be like, "Wow, did I really wipe out their energy just with that one attack?" But like I said, it seems the default setting is always super easy. I'm no master at versus fighting games.
Brocken versus.
And this is Muscle Power, and he's clearly modeled after Hulk Hogan. Yeah, I remember playing this in arcades, and I whooped it. I whooped it back then. I can whoop it today. I have World Heroes for my Neo Geo arcade cabinet that doesn't work anymore. But yeah, Muscle Power is really stupid in this game. I mean, he's easy to beat. The challenge does increase with the characters over time, and you might want to learn moves to take out enemies that like to jump at you. But Brocken, with his extendable feet, at least, seems to have a pretty nice advantage. Although there are enemies that can do wall jumps. They can jump off the wall, or they can do double jumps like the ninjas Hanzo and Fuma. This being an Alpha Denshi game and not an SNK game, it does not feature the melodic tones of BJ Love, which you hear in the Fatal Fury games, or a number of other SNK fighting games. But yeah, Brocken is my favorite character. I like the map that it shows to show the next fighter you're gonna face, and where they originate from. Yeah, Dragon here is obviously an homage to Bruce Lee, and he likes to jump at you. But yeah, there's this little point where the enemy can approach you if they're not going to do a jump kick at you, and with Brocken's extendable hands, you can just find that one sweet spot where the enemy will not block your attack and they'll walk right into it. There. It's just something you have to work on. There we go. They'll usually block it, but there's just that one spot where they can walk right into it and get hit. Yeah, Brocken is definitely my favorite character. And if you can find an enemy that's not wanting to do a jump kick duel with you, if they just block when you jump on their head, you can duck and, like I said, rapidly wail on that A button or a B button to kick. The kick seems to be better than the punch. Just rapidly leg sweep, and you can see their energy bar just be wiped out, and it can still be running down when they get knocked out. You'll be like, wow, really? This game is easy. Yeah, there's his electrical shock attack, and it is actually very useful on the first bonus round, where you have to destroy that pile of rocks so it turns into a statue. Hope you all have a great weekend. I am certainly appreciative of the weekends that I don't have to work. The weather is it's a little bit overcast right now. It'll probably burn off. The weather's getting nice and warm. Hope the weather's good where you're living. I think it was the Midwest where they were having some storms. Hope they're over that. I remember really liking the design on Hanzo and Fuma. I was thinking, back then it would be cool to have a Halloween costume that looked like that. And here's the second bonus game, and you simply have to destroy all these pots. And I don't think they can knock you over. With Brocken, you have extendable limbs. Oops, no, got that one. You could just duck in the center and smash these pots here over and over and over again until the last one is destroyed. And that was the last one. Brocken is clearly based on some sort of SS officer or a Nazi officer.
versus Jana.
And Jana is based on Joan of Arc, swordswoman, although she has blonde hair in this, and I believe Joan of Arc had black hair. All the characters are from their actual real life likeness. They're from the same country of origin. The final character, or the final opponent in this game, will be an alien, a shape-shifting alien, and that is clearly based on the T-1000 from Terminator 2, because it looks like it's made of liquid metal and it can shapeshift into any of your opponents and fight you. Now, you'll probably lose a match or two, or a round or two in this game, but this game is still incredibly easy. Yeah, that's kind of stupid that the perfect bonus never gets more than 5,000. And there's dialogue in between the battles. And we see Gee Gus. He says he's the strongest in the universe, but you might lose one fight to him. See, he chose to morph into Dragon here, and I still whooped his ass. He can change into multiple characters if the battle isn't over super quick.
Round 2, fight.
Yeah, I like the character designs. I enjoy this game even if it is super easy. Like I said, if you own this machine or you know how to get into the settings, you might want to change it. Whoops, and make it easier. Yeah, I knew I was gonna probably lose one match. That's okay.
Round 2, fight.
Yeah, a lot of homages in this game to actual things, like I said, the T-1000 with the Gee Gus character, or what real life characters the opponents are clearly modeled after. Definitely decent music in this game, and Brocken removes his shades. Says, "Gee, I didn't even work up a sweat." The endings aren't. Some of them are actually kind of funny. You don't get a lot of time to put in your initials, so you better hurry it up there. And then we see the closing credits, and you'll see some fights here. I like the backgrounds, the stages. They are very cool looking. And here we've got pigeons in a Japanese courtyard. And then there's sort of it's like it's just an arena type of setting here. This isn't one of the deathmatch ones, I don't think. And then here's another courtyard type of area. The muzzle power does have some very damaging attacks, but he's very slow. I hate having slow characters. Brocken's not fast by any means, but he's got so many great moves, and just having those extendable limbs and speed of the low kick when you are right in front of an enemy after like jump kicking and they block. And he can whittle an opponent's life down to nothing in a hurry with the leg sweep. And that is World Heroes, created by Alpha Denshi. We are going to look at the deathmatch arenas. in just a little bit. We will also look at snippets of the endings of each character. Hanzo is a Japanese ninja from, I think it was the Iga clan, and Fuma is a Japanese ninja from the Koga clan. And here's one of the deathmatch arenas. There's a little oil slick. Looks like butter to me. It's always looked like butter to me. But you slip a little bit when you walk on it. And there's those electrified walls. Touch them and you'll lose a little bit of energy, and you can knock the opponent into them. Dragon is a Chinese kung fu fighter based on Bruce Lee, obviously. Jana is well, here's his Hanzo's ending. Where did Hanzo go? And Fuma gets a letter saying that in order to find stronger opponents, I must leave. Almost like Ryu's ending from Street Fighter games, or the first Street Fighter 2 game. And we'll look at another deathmatch setting. This has spiked walls. Jana is obviously based on Joan of Arc. She's a French swordswoman. Julius Khan, I think that was his name in this game, obviously based on Genghis Khan, and he's a Mongol warrior. Muscle power based on Hulk Hogan. He's a U.S. wrestler. Brocken is a German cyborg, just based on like your typical Aryan Nazi soldier, officer, whatever. And this has spiked walls here. Yeah, you can jump. You can jump yourself into the spiked walls. I wasn't trying in this part. Note that as one of the ninjas, if you press down, forward, and forward twice, and then punch, you can throw double stars. And here's Fuma's ending. He turns it to an office worker, and his boss wants to know where it was. It's like, I guess I overslept. And then
Round 1, fight.
We're going to look at some of Dragon's moves here. We're looking at the moves from each of the characters. What was I going to say? And Rasputin is obviously based on the historical figure Rasputin, the Mad Monk. And here's Dragon's ending. He gets hired to star in movies, and he says yes. And we're going to look at Jana, her set of moves. Yeah, I definitely can't recommend Brocken enough in this game. He can fire a larger missile if you hold down the fire button when you press down, forward, and A. If you just tap it, then it's going to be a smaller missile. During the showing off of their moves, I may have put in infinite energy cheat. Yeah, if you duck and you press the attack button, your arms extend further than if you were just standing and pressing the attack button, or holding down the attack button, or punch. And this is Jana's ending. She wants to find a man strong enough to be her husband. And she appears in at least Julius Khan's ending, because he's strong enough, she falls in love with him, and he runs away. It's pretty impressive how many references this game has to actual things. Oops. Yeah, try not to jump into that spiked wall. And yeah, Jenna comes on a little strong to him. Kiss me, you fool. You're not my type, babe. And this is muscle power. We're gonna look at some of his moves. He has one move that's kind of like Zangief's move from Street Fighter 2. And it's like you have to jump close to an enemy, or you have to be close to an enemy and you have to do a 360 on the joystick and press A. And you'll do a super damaging attack. But yeah, muscle powers. He's got a charge move where you hold back and then you press forward, and I think it was A, and does a dash attack. But he's really pretty weak. And there's that move I was talking about. And in his ending, he won a bunch of championship belts in wrestling. And we're going to look at Rasputin, because we've already looked at Brocken through my playthrough. I would prefer to play normal. Unless you want a little bit of challenge with slippery surfaces or electrified or spiked walls. There will also be a stage where there's landmines that'll appear. You might have to fall on them to activate them, or have the opponent fall on them. He's just a suspect character to me. this version of Rasputin. Yeah, he makes flowers grow. You like maturity, my son. Yeah. And here he takes the time machine to go back to his time, but it malfunctions and he ends up in the land of the dinosaurs. Or the time of the dinosaurs. There's the landmines I was talking about. Yeah, I enjoy this, even though it's super easy. I like the character designs. And the deathmatch thing is kind of cool. But that was World Heroes, game number 7 in our 20 from 1992 series, created by Alpha Denshi for the Neo Geo cabinet. I thank you for watching. I hope you join me soon for game number 6. Bye-bye, folks.